Welcome to the Rewriting Naruto series part 29, a series of videos where I rewrite Naruto making changes to improve the story for my personal taste. The goal for this video is going to be 2,800 likes within the first 24 hours. Gamabunta dashes towards the army of gargantuan chakra beasts. He shoots several massive water bullets, impacting and destroying a lot of them. Naruto produces hundreds of shadow clones who stand on Gamabunta's back. They clash with the enemy army. Gamabunta unsheathes his sword and engages them, slicing through the chakra hide of the beasts. The enemies surround Gamabunta from all sides. Several of them come flying from the sky. The Naruto clones weave hand size and unleash a great barrage of wind-style jutsus, slicing the beasts and cutting them, hitting them with wind dragons. When the wind dragons strike the beasts, they stop them with a bite, and Gamabunta slashes at them, destroying their bodies. But that's not nearly enough. They won't stop coming. The Naruto clones keep on shooting wind-style jutsus from Gamabunta's back, using him as a tank-like platform. "Naruto, there's too many of them!" Gamabunta says as he takes heavy hits from the beasts, swinging his sword in every direction. The army is overwhelming them. Even with several clones shooting wind-style non-stop, Gamabunta is getting hurt. "I know, but I have to get to that light, Chief!" Naruto points at the beam of chakra rising to the sky on the other side of the ruined Uzumaki city. "Alright, hold tight!" The massive toad jumps up, disengaging from the army on the ground. Naruto and his clones focus chakra on the sole of their feet so that they can stand upright on the toad's back. Gamabunta jumps over 100 meters up in the air, but several flying beasts come in hot pursuit. The toad shoots a massive barrage of water bullets that impact them and explode, causing rain to fall all over the ruined city. But that didn't get all of them. 5 massive chakra birds evade the water style and dart towards the airborne Gamabunta from behind. The Naruto clones use Gale Palm, sending dozens of other clones streaking midair towards the birds. Rasengan in hands. 5 clones impact each bird, causing a sequence of explosions and destroying the beasts hundreds of meters above the ground. Gamabunta lands, crashing down on 5 grounded beasts and destroying a large section of the ruined city. Naruto and the toad continue to engage the army and make their way towards the beam of energy. Kakashi watches Naruto fighting from afar with a smile on his face. He is exhausted, out of chakra, and burned all over his body. Still, for a brief moment, a flash comes to his mind. Minato-sensei taking on countless enemies during the Third Great Ninja War, just like Naruto is doing right now. Wow, I really thought that Jinchuriki was a stunted genin. That is quite impressive, actually, Amayuri says, watching Naruto fight very far away. He actually is a genin, Kakashi laughs. Really? Doesn't look like it. The rope tying Amayuri's wrist begins to freeze slowly. Amayuri is using a minute cold aura to weaken it in a way no one else perceives. "Yeah, let's go, Naruto!" Yotsu yells. Neji gawks as he watches the fight. "Naruto, how strong have you become?" he says with a smile, remembering the time they fought in the Chunin exams. Sakura nods at Neji with a smile on her face as well. Hinata also watches the fight. Naruto and Gamabunta keep on fighting the army of beasts in the distance, destroying large sections of the ruins in the process, but Hinata has something else in her mind. The day she saw what Naruto was truly capable of in the Land of Crystals. She remembers waking up on that mountain summit after getting knocked out, and using her Byakugan, she saw that apocalyptic landslide crashing down the mountain. Naruto was trying to stop it by himself, but he was being overwhelmed. Hinata was too weak, she couldn't move to go help Naruto. He was going to die, buried in debris. She felt the world was pressing her down. The most desperate moment she had ever lived, and she couldn't do anything to help him. The enemy girl saved Naruto. Somehow, she did so and Naruto survived. Hinata felt so much relief in that moment. Everything would be fine. That feeling didn't last. The enemy captain descended the mountain. Hinata could see the hatred in his eyes with her Byakugan. She needed to go help Naruto, but she couldn't move. She tried to scream, but her voice was too soft. She had no strength left in her lungs, and they were simply too far away. She could only watch as Naruto was hammered over and over again by that man. The desperation came crashing down once more. That man was going to kill Naruto. The enemy girl crawled and stopped him from striking Naruto a finishing blow. She saved Naruto again, but now the captain would strike her down. At that moment, Hinata felt as though a lightning struck her heart. She couldn't believe her eyes. Naruto beheaded that man without an inkling of hesitation. He protected the enemy girl. That was the mark of a true shinobi. And Naruto was so young. He would be so powerful, the greatest of Hokages. But Hinata felt powerless. That girl had saved Naruto twice, and Hinata was worthless during the fight. She got knocked out and didn't do anything properly. If Hinata was in that girl's position, she wouldn't even be worth saving. She needed to become stronger for Naruto's sake. Hinata watches as Naruto continues to destroy beast after beast, fighting alongside his summon, but taking hits as well. Several clones were already destroyed, and the toad is bleeding all over its body. She knows the creatures aren't the greatest problem, however. If Naruto comes into direct contact with that anomaly, he will certainly die. Once again, she feels the weight of the world on her shoulders. Paralyzed, worthless. Once more, she couldn't help Naruto. No, things are different this time. She is no longer a powerless, whiny brat. Naruto's clones jump off Gamabunta, shoving a barrage of Rasengans and destroying several beasts nearby. A gigantic chakra wolf slashes Gamabunta's side. A stream of blood flows out of the wound. Several massive flies come from above, shooting acid at the toad. Naruto uses a wind-style gust of air to block it. Some of the acid punches through the barrier, landing on Gamabunta, destroying the remaining clones and burning his skin. The toad pulls back as Naruto shoots more wind dragons at the chakra beasts. A river of blood trails behind the massive toad. Chief Toad, you gotta go back! You're in bad shape! Not yet, Naruto. We still haven't gotten all of them. But I barely have any chakra left. Yes, same here. We have to finish them all up at once in our next attack. We have to make them cluster close together. Once that happens, we'll combine their water and wind style attacks to create a powerful blast enough to destroy them all. Alright, I counted about 25 left. I have a plan. Listen up. The remaining beasts chase Gamabunta. A falcon comes down, crashing against the toad. Gamabunta shoots his stung, wrapping around the bird and swinging it back and throwing it against another beast, destroying both of them. A chakra snake erupts from beneath Gamabunta. He slashes his sword at it, cutting its head. As the sword impacts the ground, it creates a cloud of dust that obscures Gamabunta. Naruto darts out of the dust, landing on the ground and dashing towards the beasts. He thinks, alright, bushy brow speed, I need you now. Naruto tosses a dozen kunais with paper bombs towards every direction he possibly can. The explosions do barely any damage to the beast, but they catch their attention. They draw their attention. The creatures swarm Naruto. He dodges attack after attack, claw slashes, bites, acid blasts, until every beast that's left encircles him. Naruto gets overwhelmed. The wolf maw engulfs and bites him with so much force the teeth create a small shockwave when they crash. Naruto screams in pain and vanishes, giving off white smoke. In the distance, Gamabunta opens his hand, showing the real Naruto who's building up chakra. That was a shadow clone, you idiots! Naruto says, jumping on top of Gamabunta's head. No! Naruto! They weave hand signs together. Wind style! Crashing typhoon! Water style! Bombarding tsunami! Both jutsus are massive. They erupt out of Gamabunta and Naruto's mouths. The wind and water fusing together. Great Tempest of the Toads! Combine into one single massive column of water and air. The jutsu impacts. And for a split second, everything stands still. A gargantuan explosion erupts in the middle of the Uzumaki city, destroying every single chakra beast left. The shockwave is felt around the entire ruined city, as the ruins crumble and debris ascend flying miles away. We got him, Chief! Nice job on the decoy, Naruto! I'm on my limit now. Sorry. You have to go alone, but be careful. Will do. The bleeding body of Gamabunta disappears in a great cloud of white smoke, and Naruto dashes towards the chakra beam. Hinata beholds the gargantuan explosion Naruto just caused, destroying several of the beasts at once. She knows Naruto will go towards the anomaly now, and she cannot let that happen. He is far away, but she can make it in time if she ignores the pain on her stomach. Hinata dashes towards Naruto. A blast of air streaks towards her. Hinata dodges it and assumes a battle stance. Neji just attacked her. Where do you think you're going? He says. I will save Naruto. Kakashi, Sakura, Neji, and all the Uzumakis nearby tense up. You're not taking Naruto back. You heard his words. You're staying here, Neji says. Neji, step down. No, you step down. You're not yourself anymore, Hinata. Look at what you've been doing. Spying for the root? Assassination, if I had to guess? What happened to you? It doesn't matter. As your family, I just want to understand. Why are you doing all this? I could lie and say I'm doing this for the good of the village and the Land of Fire, but that's not the reason. Naruto, he must survive no matter what happens. That is why. So you don't trust Naruto? I do, but I don't trust the false philosophy of the will of fire he's been indoctrinated with. I will save him from that. Step down, Neji. I don't want to fight you, Hinata. It won't go down well for you. But if you make me do it, I will. Don't worry, we're not going to fight. Hinata weaves an exotic hand sign. Neji screams in pain. His forehead shines bright through his headband. Neji falls on his knees, screaming his lungs out. Sakura lunges at Hinata from behind, aiming a punch at her. Hinata closes her eyes, concentrating. First gate, the gate of opening. Release! Hinata dodges Sakura without looking. Her movement suddenly faster. Kakashi tries to dash and engage Hinata, but his body doesn't respond. He remains kneeling on the ground. Sakura throws a kick, aiming at Hinata's legs. She jumps up, avoiding the kick. Too slow, Hinata says, landing a sequence of 6 lightning-fast gentle fist attacks on Sakura's torso, launching her against a ruin, rendering her unconscious. Neji falls on the ground in fetal position, drooling, the ceiling on his forehead burning white hot. The Uzumakis that were around hide and scream in terror, but they watch, not knowing what Hinata's going to do. Neji's seal deactivates, but he is completely taken out of the fight. Kakashi realizes she must have used one of her inner gates to boost her speed. He could do the same, but in the state his body is in, and without chakra, Kakashi would simply unravel. He gathers every ounce of strength he has left and runs towards Hinata, kunai in hand, though in a sluggish pace. Seeing Kakashi coming at her, a memory flashes in Hinata's mind, a meeting of the root ambush. She wore the Oni mask and kneeled in front of Danzo, next to several other root ambu members. The plan is progressing accordingly. Soon, Tsunade will be ousted and I will become the 6th Hokage. Finally, the moronic doctrine of the will of fire will be purged from the Leaf Village, and this age of regression will end, Danzo said. In order to make sure I will be the next Hokage, first, there are 2 ninjas next in line that must be eliminated, or they will be chosen instead. The Toad Sage Jiraiya and Kakashi Hatake of the Sharingan. I am not ordering you to assassinate them. They are not the type of ninja such a ploy would work. Besides, we mustn't attract the attention of the Slug Princess. However, if any of you ever come across the opportunity to kill or debilitate either of them without repercussion, do so. And now she sees the perfect chance to kill off one of the root's prime targets. She weaves hand signs. Lightning style. Lightning bolt. Electricity blasts from Hinata's hand, aiming at Kakashi's heart. He has no chakra left. Even if he survives the lightning bolt, she will follow up with a finishing blow. Kakashi's body barely responds. He won't be fast enough to dodge it anyway. He braces for impact, and he braces for impact. The lightning bolt veers left, midair diverting its direction. It hits one of Amiri's twin swords as she pointed it towards the bolt, saving Kakashi in the nick of time. You know, these blades are also known as the lightning rods, Amiri says, with her sword shining bright as it absorbed the lightning strike. She joins Kakashi's side, pointing her blades at Hinata. I couldn't do that with a copy ninja's lightning, but yours is puny in comparison. I reckon both of us together can take care of her even in this pathetic state. Right, copy ninja? Why are you helping me? Who the hell knows? I moved without thinking. Hinata stares at them. She doesn't have time to waste here. Eliminating Kakashi is a directive of the root, but Naruto is more important. Without uttering another word, Hinata disengages and runs towards the rising chakra beam. Kakashi and Amiri watch Hinata dashing away, vanishing amidst the Uzumaki ruins. A long moment passes. You saved me once, but I saved you twice, copy ninja, so you owe me one, Amiri says after they make sure Hinata is not coming back. Kakashi chuckles, not saying anything. Amiri dashes away, leaving the Uzumaki city. Mr. Kajinori comes out of hiding with the other Uzumakis. That girl's gonna get us all killed. We have to do something about it, Kajinori says. I'm afraid there's nothing more for you to do here, and I'm pretty much useless right now, Kakashi says, gathering the unconscious bodies of Neji and Sakura and putting them in a comfortable resting position. Mr. Kajinori, an Uzumaki woman in their group says, Yotsu, we don't know where he is. I think he escaped again. Damn boy, I have to go and find him. Kakashi puts his hand on Kajinori's shoulder, stopping him. No, if you go, Naruto will have to protect a group of 15 instead of 1. But we have to— Let me be blunt, Mr. Kajinori. There's nothing for you to do here. All we can do now is to believe in Naruto. Naruto speeds through the destroyed ruins. The closer he gets to the chakra beam, the denser the air becomes with a sheer volume of chakra. The Nine Tails churns inside him. It tries to take control over Naruto's consciousness. He manages to keep his emotions in check and deny the beast any possibility of mixing its chakra with Naruto's. And then he finally reaches the location of the beam of chakra. Aki Uzumaki stands at the base of the beam. The 6 daggers piercing her body are fused with chakra, an incredible amount. They are incandescent, burning the woman's skin. Her body, on the other hand, is expelling chakra, creating the rising beam. Naruto is not a sensory type, but even him can feel the sheer volume of chakra, and the worst part, it's building up fast. Aki's head turns towards Naruto with a brisk motion. She has an unhinged smile on her face. Reika isn't here anymore, and I will destroy everything she created, starting with you filthy little fox, Saksonen says. The chakra beams leap from Aki's body, streaking towards Naruto. He jumps out of the way, the chakra impacting the ruins behind him. Aki, listen to me, you have to fight this thing! Beams shoot non-stop. Naruto tries to get closer to her, but he can't. There's too much chakra, he can't get an opening. One of the beams hits Naruto on the chest, flinging him backwards. He hits a ruin, spitting blood. Naruto jumps away as another beam was about to finish him off, missing him by an inch. Aki, I know you're there. You're stronger than this thing. Fight it. Pathetic child. She can no longer fight against me. She will die just like you. Hinata jumps through the ruins. She's a passing shadow, making no noise and almost undetectable. The demonic chakra is building up ahead. Hinata can sense the air around her getting denser. Still, there's another pressing concern. Hinata spots the Akatsuki member flying above her, towards the chakra beam. The Akatsuki members were prime targets of the root. The only exception was Itachi Uchiha. They had flee-on-sight orders for him. She coughs up blood. Hinata has to finish this quickly. She's been sustaining the first gate for too long. Her stomach is still very hurt, and midair she'll be at a great disadvantage. Besides, Sakura said physical attacks won't work against the Akatsuki. Good thing Hinata's physical attacks are unlike any other. Up in the sky, Konan sees the origin of the chakra beam. She is still dizzy from her last fight, even after being healed, but she can see the Jinchuriki boy is fighting down there. Whatever that thing is, it's shooting chakra at him. That will be a perfect distraction. He must have spent all of his chakra fighting those large beasts, and now Konan can snatch him and make an exit without being noticed. Lightning falls from the sky, targeting Konan. She flies out of the way. Looking down, she sees a girl with black uniform flying towards her. Hinata uses her air palms, blowing a barrage of air blasts to propel herself midair, darting towards Konan. Lightning strikes, igniting the sky, targeting Konan. She veers left and drops to a lower altitude. She was forced to get closer to the approaching Hinata. Konan unleashes a volley of paper towards the airborne girl. She uses her rotation midair, repelling the paper. That loses her lift as she can no longer use her air palms and plummets down, still rotating. More lightning strikes come down the sky, targeting Konan. This time, one of them hits her leg, which turns into paper. Konan loses more altitude as Hinata lands on the ground. She stops her rotation and dodges the gust of paper. Hinata weaves hand signs, creating a lightning dragon that arcs upwards and comes down, crashing on the flying Konan from above. She flies down, dodging the dragon, shooting an accelerated paper towards Hinata. Konan lands on the ground as the lightning beast impacts several ruins, turning them into rubble. The paper she shot on Hinata turns into a shuriken, hitting her square on the heart and exploding. A cloud of smoke puffs and Hinata vanishes. Konan realizes too late that it was a shadow clone, and the original was unleashing the lightning strikes from the sky, forcing Konan to fly down and eventually land. If her head wasn't so light because of the other girl's lucky blow, she would have noticed. She has to fly up now or she'll get caught. But it's too late. Looking back, Konan sees the real Hinata already at melee range, ready to strike from behind. How could she be so silent? Konan didn't notice her approaching whatsoever. Time crystallizes as Hinata finds herself behind the Akatsuki member, ready to strike. Her plan worked and she managed to approach the enemy without being spotted. She only has chakra for one more attack, which will unleash the full might of death itself. Hinata concentrates. The veins of her Byakugan begin to pop out even more. Second gate, the gate of healing. Open. Her skin turns red. Third gate, the gate of life. Open. She feels her muscles becoming lively and her skin boiling with intense chakra. Konan won't be able to fly away, so she closes her wings and turns them into a paper shield that protects her back. Lightning style. Gentle fist. Hinata's fingertips glow blue with wisps of lightning. Assuming a stance, Hinata sees in her mind's eye how many attacks she can perform with the third gate opened. 256 trigrams. 2048 palms. Hinata explodes into motion. Her arms are so fast it's impossible to see them. She carves through Konan's paper shield, the lightning erupting all around them, leaking from her hands. The shield unravels and Hinata strikes Konan's back. Time and time again. Konan realizes in disbelief that somehow these attacks are preventing her from turning into paper properly. There's something about them nullifying her chakra. And the final blow hits Konan. She is sent flying 100 meters away. Lightning trails behind her as she impacts the ruins in the distance, creating a large explosion. The inner gates fade and Hinata falls to her knees. She can only maintain the third gate for a few seconds. Pain flares as muscle fiber rips apart all around her body. She can barely move. More blood gushes out from her mouth. Hinata can feel the impact of Naruto's attack, even though she received some healing from Sakura. But she cannot stop there. Looking at the beam of chakra not too far away, Hinata knows she must reach Naruto in order to save him. Naruto gives her the strength to continue, to stand up. Her muscles scream, but that doesn't matter. Pain will not stop her from reaching Naruto. One step after the other, she will get there. So long as she's alive, she'll move that way. Chakra keeps on flying towards Naruto and he still dodges them, one after the other, but Saxonon has completely taken over Aki's body. The chakra flows towards Naruto with violence. Naruto tries to get closer to Aki using shadow clones, but they are hit by the chakra and destroyed. Aki, listen to me. You have to resist. I know how it feels to have something inside you that you cannot control. It frightens you. It feels overwhelming. It feels as though the entire world will crash down and destroy you. I know you feel alone. I know you're desperate, but you're not alone. Yotsu cares about you. He'll never give up on trying to save you. You can't give up either. For a brief moment, Aki's expression changes. The chakra stops surging from her body. I can't. It's too strong, she says in her normal voice. Naruto dashes towards her. Fight, Aki! A violent wave of chakra ignites, blasting Naruto away. Humans have always been weak, you brat. Reika was a fluke, and this woman can never resist me. Saxonon retakes her consciousness. Naruto stands up quickly as a new barrage of chakra is directed towards him. He is practically out of chakra at this point. His body is not responding the way he wants. Naruto jumps, trying to get out of the way, but a beam of chakra hits him in the shoulder, launching him against a ruin. More chakra strikes Naruto on the ground, singeing his body. Concentrating what he has left of chakra, he creates stand shadow clones that dash towards Saxonon. Aki, listen to my voice! Let's fight this thing together! The chakra destroys the incoming clones with ease and hits the original Naruto. Aki, please resist it! Naruto says as he gets hit by a beam of chakra straight in his stomach. He spits blood on the ground. His body is too hurt and his muscles feel like jello. Hinata falls on the ground, spitting blood. Every muscle fiber on her body burns with acute pain. It's getting worse by the second, but Hinata has to continue. She feels the powerful chakra in the distance increasing. If she can't reach Naruto in time, he's going to die. Naruto uses his arms to block the incoming flurry of chakra. The Nine Tails is disturbed inside him. It's as though something terrible is about to happen. And then it snaps. Not a bone or a muscle, but something within Naruto himself. He feels the Nine Tails' chakra getting corrupted, contaminated by this chakra, and changed by the weird wave that's penetrating his skin. Inside the Nine Tails' realm, Naruto sees the body of the tail beast piece being slowly consumed by that chakra. It has already covered the left arm, turning it into a scaly, disgusting, and muscular appendage. Naruto sees the pain in the fox's expression. "Congratulations! We both die here," it says, blazing hatred. "Aki, if you let this thing continue, everyone on this island will die. Think about Yotsu. He protected you. You have to protect him." "It's no use. Once I take over the Nine Tails, I will no longer need her body, and this woman will die." Naruto feels the fox becoming ever more consumed. The chakra has now engulfed 3 tails and a leg, turning them into that monstrous form. The Nine Tails' corrupted chakra wants to leave Naruto by force, almost like an explosion. He has to exert an insane amount of effort to contain it within his body. He won't be able to do that for much time. If the chakra infection spreads around the entire Nine Tails, he will die. "Mom, stop!" Yotsu shouts, appearing amidst the ruins surrounding Naruto and Aki. "Please, Naruto's trying to help you! Yotsu, run! It's too dangerous here!" Sakura turns Aki's hands towards the boy, preparing to atomize him with chakra. Naruto attempts to move, but Sakusonin's chakra is pinning him down still. Desperation washes over him. This boy will be killed by his own mother against her will, and he can't do anything about it. Aki's hand glows, ready to unleash death. "Mom, please, don't!" The chakra on her hand fades. The beam pinning Naruto down ceases. The infection stops spreading around the Nine Tails, but the fox is still in pain and almost half transformed into that disgusting monster. Aki cries. Her unhinged smile gives way to a smile of happiness. "Yotsu, my boy." "Mom, I'm here. Please come back." Naruto stands up and stumbles towards Aki. "Yes, Aki. Resist this thing. For Yotsu." He reaches the woman, grabbing one of the daggers piercing her body. The artifact releases a wave of chakra, pushing Naruto back. "I can't hold him any longer." "You can. We'll fight it together. We just have to pull those daggers out." Naruto braces himself and touches the dagger again. This time he resists the wave of power released by the weapon and begins to pull on it. It barely moves. The dagger flares chakra that enters Naruto's body. It begins to spread around the Nine Tails again, forcing Naruto to exert more pressure to keep his body intact from the chakra trying to break out. "Aki, you have to help me out here. If we take those daggers out, everyone will be fine. Come on." "You have to kill me. It's the only way. I'm sorry it has to be you," Aki whispers. "I don't want to hear any of that. Look that way. That's your son. He's counting on you. We're gonna pull those daggers out, and you'll be together again. Do you understand?" Aki nods. She puts her hands on top of Naruto's hands, and they both try to pull the dagger out. It moves at a snail's pace. "You can do it, Mom!" Naruto feels more and more chakra invading his body and corrupting the Nine Tails. His skin feels as though it's about to pop in every single direction, but he soldiers on, pulling that strange dagger until it finally comes out. Aki doesn't bleed. Her wound was cauterized by the intense chakra emanating from the dagger, so they can't pull off all the daggers. She can still survive if they get to Sakura in time. She has probably recovered some of her chakra now. "You're doing great, Aki. Just 5 more to go and you'll be back to Yotsu." She nods, crying but determined. They grab another dagger and begin to pull. Naruto has to hurry. Half of the Nine Tails has already been consumed by the chakra. They pull with everything they have. Naruto ignores the pain inflicted upon him by the dagger's evil energy. Giving up is not an option. Protecting those who cannot protect themselves is the duty of a Hokage. Hinata crawls towards the direction of the chakra. She has barely any strength left, but something has changed about the energy. It feels more contained, but not weaker. As a matter of fact, it feels even more dangerous than before. Hinata finally arrives at the location of the chakra. She cannot believe her own eyes. Naruto and that woman are working together to remove the daggers from her body. The woman's son is there. Is that the reason why she could override the chakra's control over her? Pull! Naruto screams as they manage to dislodge the second dagger out of her body. Maybe this could work, and maybe Hinata could help. No, she can't. She's too weak. She wouldn't withstand the volume of chakra being released by those daggers. She can't fathom how Naruto's doing it. Naruto and the woman grab a third dagger and begin to pull. Naruto's face shows unwavering determination. But Hinata sees something else with her Byakugan. Naruto's body and the Nine Tails within are being corrupted and consumed by the chakra chakra emanating from those daggers. That chakra is attempting to force itself out of Naruto, exerting insane pressure against him, like a supernova wanting to explode, being held back only by Naruto's sheer willpower. He is the only person in this world that could do something like that. Protect someone he barely knows, risking everything in the process, bearing unimaginable pain. A tear falls from Hinata's Byakugan. She's taken aback. She hasn't cried since that day. Naruto keeps on pulling the dagger. More tears stream down her face as she watches Naruto suffering. She also sees the face of her mother. Why is she remembering that day now? Is it because of Naruto? She swore she would forget that day and bury it forever. Why now? 3 years ago, Hinata, Hiyashi, Hanabi, and Hayuri, Hinata's mother, traveled to the Land of Hot Springs. They were on a diplomatic trip. The Hyuga clan had to ensure that its connections would be maintained and their power established within the Land of Fire and beyond. This time they would meet with the feudal lord of the Land of Hot Springs, a meeting so important that the head of the Hyuga clan and his entire family would go in person. Depending on how the meeting went, it could bring a lot of prestige to the clan internationally, something Hiyashi always craved. It's been only a couple of weeks since Naruto left the village to train under the sage Jiraiya, but Hinata feels lonelier than ever. Even though Naruto and her didn't talk that often, his presence in the village still comforted her. But now she had to focus on this diplomatic mission. Her father won't be pleased if she screws up again. He was very specific, telling her to be quiet and only wave during the meeting, leaving Hanabi the duty to greet the children of the feudal lord. Hanabi was much more talented than her in the art of the gentle fist, and she was much younger too. At least her mom understood Hinata. Hayuri never had any talent for being a shinobi, only catching her father's eyes because she was so beautiful. Zato Hyuga, a jonin and member of the branch family, accompanied them, serving as a bodyguard. "Are you okay, Lady Hinata?" Zato said. "You seem worried." "No, I was just thinking about the meeting, that's all." "Not to worry, I'm sure you'll do just fine. You are the heiress of the Hyuga clan after all." Hinata smiled and nodded. Zato was a kind man, a loyal member of the Hyuga clan. "You know, I can tell your father that you're feeling ill, so you don't have to go to the meeting." Hinata smiles. "No, that's okay. Thank you, Zato." "I'm just joking. These meetings are boring anyway. I mean, I doubt anything interesting is gonna happen, but at least the hot springs are good there, I suppose. After all, it's the Land of Hot Springs." The group arrived at a fancy inn on the roadside. "We'll stop here for tonight. It's one more day to the Land of Hot Springs," Hiyashi said. They went to their room. It's a big room with paper walls separating their beds. "Hinata, I think this is a good time for us to practice your knitting. You're getting really good at it," Hayuri said with a smile. Her mom's smile was so warm and pretty. Hinata couldn't help to smile back. Hiyashi growls in annoyance. "Knitting won't make you a better clan head. You should be training instead." "Would you give us a break? Aren't you tired of walking the whole day? I told you we should get a wagon," Hayuri says. "We are not a family of pompous nobles. We are the most powerful clan in the Leaf Village. We'll act accordingly." "I want to train," Hanabi says. "Good. Zato, go train with Hanabi." "Of course, Lord Hiyashi." Zato and Hanabi both left the inn. Hanabi had a spring in her step. She was very excited. "I'll be on the other side of the room reviewing some documents about the Land of Hot Springs," Hiyashi said, leaving Hinata and her mom alone. They began knitting. Hinata loved doing that so much, and her mom was helpful. She taught Hinata everything about it and still gave her tips on how to make things even prettier. "Are you making a scarf, Hinata?" "Yes," Hinata said, blushing. Her mom smiled, picking up the half-done red scarf. "You like red?" "I do. It's a pretty color." "I think it would make a beautiful contrast with your hair." "Thank you, Mom." "Huh. This one looks a bit more boyish than the other things you made, though. Why is that?" "Really?" Hinata blushes furiously. "Is this scarf meant for a boy, Hinata?" Hayuri whispered so that Hiyashi couldn't hear. "No, Mom. It was just a mistake." "Oh, come on, Hinata. You can tell me. You know your secrets die with me. Who's the lucky boy?" "There's no one," Hinata said, her face crimson. Hayuri laughed with tenderness, but Hinata saw mischievousness on her face as well. "It's Naruto Uzumaki, isn't it?" Hinata's heart skipped a beat. She didn't know what to say, and why all of a sudden was she sweating so much? She breathed deep, mustering her courage. "Are you gonna tell me he's no good?" Hayuri laughed. "Of course not. If you chose him, he has to be a good boy. I know everyone disrespect him, and frankly, I don't agree with it. It's not his fault the Nine Tails was sealed in him, and the legacy of the fourth Hokage should be respected." Hinata is caught completely off guard. Her respect for her mom increased even more. "How'd you know, Mom?" You can't hide anything from mommy, Hinata. I've been telling you that since you were a baby. Hayuri says, touching Hinata's nose with her index finger. He will love this scarf. You should give it to him when he comes back to the village. You think so? Of course. If this boy becomes half the ninja his father was, he'll be wanted by every girl in the village. You'll have to act quickly, Hinata. Hinata remembers that girl from the stone village, Kurotsuchi. She and Naruto were smiling a lot together, and the lengths he went to protect her. Her mom was right. If Hinata didn't do anything, she would lose Naruto. I will, Mom, Hinata said, gripping the half-done scarf with force. The door to the room crashed open, making a loud noise. The innkeeper stepped into the room with haste. My lord, your daughter, she's been captured by a group of bandits. The other man that was with her is chasing them down, but... Yashi appears from behind the wall, activating his Byakugan. How many? I don't know. More than a dozen, I think, but I think they're ninjas. Hayuri, Hinata, stay here until I come back with Hanabi, Yashi said, dashing through the door. It's okay, Hinata. Your dad's gonna take care of things, Hayuri said, hugging Hinata and caressing the back of her head. The innkeeper closes the door. He remains inside the room, panting and flustered. I'm sorry about this. Usually this location is safe. It's okay. These things can happen to us. Our clan is very coveted, especially our eyes. Don't worry, my husband is strong, and I'm sure Zato will get Hanabi even before him. The innkeeper kicked Hinata in the stomach, sending her flying and crashing against the wall. I wouldn't be so sure of that, the innkeeper said. The transformation jutsu disguising the innkeeper was dispelled, revealing Zato. My concealment jutsu really worked against the mighty Byakugan of Lord Hiashi. Hayuri looked at Hinata. She was spitting blood, conscious but unable to get up. What are you doing, Zato? Hayuri said. What I've been waiting to do my entire life. Revenge on the Mang family and Hiashi. Hayuri tried to run towards Hinata, but she was not a ninja. Zato grabbed her by the neck. All those years torturing me through the seal on my forehead. That will all be paid for with your blood. The blood of the heiress of the Hyuga clan, Zato said, choking Hayuri, both hands on her neck. She shook her arms and legs with violence as her face grew red. It's so unfortunate I won't be able to see Hiyashi's face after I'm done. You know, I'm selling your Byakugans to a very, very important client. I'll be richer than all of you scumbags. Hinata cried tears of desperation, laying on the ground, watching a man she trusted choking the life out of her mother. Zato had his back turned towards Hinata, but even if she tried anything, he was a Jonin, and his Byakugan was activated. There was no way she could sneak up on him. She remembered Naruto and what he would do in the situation. He would fight, never giving up. Hinata centered herself, focusing to erase her presence completely. She grabbed a kunai and stood up. Zato continued to choke her mother, her arms and legs still shaking. The sound was awful. Hinata couldn't stand that sound. Nevertheless, she approached Zato and he didn't notice a thing. Hinata was as quiet as death itself, and somehow, even though Byakugan didn't see her, Ayuri's eyes had turned red, but she was still fighting for her life. Hinata just had to strike Zato's neck from behind using her kunai. She could do it. He was just in front of her. She only had to do what Naruto did to save that girl from the stone. But she couldn't move. Her body was trembling so much, she couldn't kill a person. Zato was her friend, but she was killing her mother. Hinata froze in place. She couldn't move forward. She was not fit to be a ninja. Hayuri locked eyes with her one final time. Tears streaming on both of her faces. Her arms and legs became limp, her body lifeless. Zato tossed Hayuri's corpse like a trash bag. Well now, Byakugan princess, it's your turn. What? Zato said, turning towards Hinata and being caught by surprise after seeing her just standing there right behind him. He punched Hinata in the face. She was paralyzed. She couldn't do anything to counter the attack, which sent her flying once more. Sneaky bastard! You didn't have the balls to kill me, did you? You just watched your mom die. You'll regret this for the rest of your life. Your very short life, Zato said, pulling a kunai. Don't worry, I'll be quicker with you, he said, raising the weapon to cut Hinata's neck. Zato's forehead blasted with light. He screamed a cry of primordial agony, falling to the ground. The seal on his forehead was flaring like Hinata had never seen before, making him drool, his limbs shaking just like her her mom's limbs were, and his mouth made a similar sound. Hiyashi burst through the door, carrying an unconscious Hanabi. He launched a dozen kunais, piercing Zato's torso and head, finishing him off on the ground. Hinata looked at her father's face, and she had never seen him showing such sadness and anger before. She could have sworn his eyes watered when he looked at her mother's corpse. Hanabi was breathing, but she had a bruise on her head. "What happened here, Hinata?" Hiyashi said. She was still paralyzed by fear, and now guilt. "What happened here, useless girl?" Hinata couldn't answer. Hiyashi kicked Hinata in the exact same spot Zato had kicked her. For the third time that night, Hinata was launched through the room. Hiyashi realized what he had done as he saw Hinata on the ground coughing blood. It was an outburst of anger, but the girl deserved it. "We were attacked by rogue ninjas, a platoon. Your mother and Zato were killed by them, but I was able to save you and your sister. That's the story we are going to tell. Do you understand, Hinata?" What? No one can know that a branch family member turned against us. It will tarnish the Hyuga reputation. We will set off to the Land of Hot Springs in the morning. But mother, she's dead. The dead can wait. Our mission comes first. Hinata didn't know what to do. She looked at her mother's lifeless body. Lifeless because she only stood there and watched, incapable of doing anything. "It should have been you," Hiyashi said in disgust. Hinata watches Naruto pulling the daggers from Aki's torso. The third one just came out. Her body is trembling and tears stream down her face, just like on that day. She is once again paralyzed. She thought after all the root training this would never happen again. How was it possible? Her breaths turn shallow and she shakes even more than when her mom was dying. Naruto reaches for the fourth dagger. Hinata sees the chakra within him getting corrupted. His body is ready to give in, and Naruto is going to die while she watches. No, Hinata promised herself she would never let this thing happen again. She had to move, even if that's the last thing she would do. Naruto pulled the fourth dagger with everything he had, screaming in effort. "Naruto, let's go! Be strong, Mom!" Yotsu yells. The pain was unimaginable. Naruto felt as though his bones were made out of incandescent metal. The chakra wanted to burst his body open. The fourth dagger came out, and Naruto quickly grabbed the fifth one. More chakra rushing into his body. Aki barely had any strength left either. She won't hold much longer, and if Satsune overtakes her consciousness again, it's over. The Nine-Tails' body was 3/4 corrupted. The fox's head was the only body part now completely taken over by the chakra. The fifth dagger comes out. "Just one more, Aki. One more and we go home." Naruto grabs the sixth and final dagger, feeling even more chakra flooding his body and infecting the Nine-Tails. "Come on, Naruto!" Yotsu shouts. The dagger wouldn't move. Naruto's strength was wavering and the pain was too great for him to maintain his muscles working adequately. His body is going to explode. The Nine-Tails is almost completely taken over. Just the left eye remains untouched by the chakra. "Just a little more, Aki! I need your help! I'm trying! The dagger begins to move out of her body. The chakra begins to corrupt the Nine-Tails' left eye. A kunai beheads Aki. Before her head hits the ground, as if a candle was blown out by a storm, Saksunen's chakra evaporates. The pain on Naruto's body ceases, and the Nine-Tails goes back to its normal state. Aki's head lands, making a crunch sound. Her limp body follows suit. Hinata stands tall, holding a bleeding kunai. Naruto didn't see her coming. How could she do something like that? Naruto was about to save her. "I'm sorry, Naruto. I wasn't gonna let you die," Hinata says, right before falling unconscious, finally succumbing to her wounds and exhaustion. Naruto and Yotsu stare at Aki's headless body in disbelief. Screams of terror and desperation explode out of Yotsu's mouth. The sound of his agony cuts deep through Naruto. He had failed, and now this boy lost his mother. And Hinata, she's no longer the same person Naruto knew. She's become a monster. Naruto cries, feeling pathetic and weak. "I'm sorry, Yotsu. I'm really sorry." But the boy didn't listen. His screams of pain dwarfing Naruto's weak voice. The boy approaches his mother's body, still crying. He looks at Hinata, and his expression changes. Naruto has seen those eyes only once before, when Sasuke met his older brother in that hotel years ago. Sheer hatred. The lust for revenge. Yotsu grabs one of the daggers that was piercing his mother's body from the ground. Screaming a guttural roar, he rushes towards the unconscious Hinata. I'll kill you! Naruto holds him, but the boy swings his arms and legs with ferocity. Let go of me! I'll kill her! Yotsu, calm down. Revenge will take you nowhere. It will only make you suffer more, trust me. You don't know anything. She was my mother. You wouldn't understand. Naruto remembers Sasuke saying something similar to him in the Valley of the End. He had always been alone. He wouldn't know what loss meant, but he lost Sasuke that day. He lost someone. Naruto can now understand him a little bit better, but he knows revenge won't help Yotsu. It didn't help Sasuke so far, and it won't do so in the future. Let go of me, you liar! You told me you're gonna save her! Yotsu, The boy stabs Naruto in the thigh. The dagger pierces deep, hitting Naruto's bone, but he doesn't let the boy go. I'm ashamed of failing you, and I understand if you never forgive me, but if I let you kill Hinata, even though she did something terrible, I will be failing you twice then. Would he though? Naruto saw merit in Sasuke killing Itachi when taking Sasuke's own revenge perspective out of the picture. Naruto himself killed to protect in the past. Is he just being biased because it's Hinata? He doesn't know what to say, but he can't let Hinata die here. He needs answers. Besides, revenge and justice are two very different things. Letting a young boy such as Yotsu take revenge into his own hands is just wrong. Still, Naruto remembers the day he killed the Stone Village captain. He felt a rush of adrenaline in that moment, and a flash of primordial anger as he slashed the older man's neck. That may have been the right decision at the right moment, but it came from a place of anger and spitefulness. It was just like when the Nine Tails takes him over. But that day, Naruto killed that man on his own volition, without hesitation, just like Hinata did to Aki. That is an ugly feeling. Killing is sometimes the only alternative, but doing so with the wrong mindset can lead one to ruin. Naruto can let Yotsu succumb to the same fate, even though the boy may hate him for it. He removes the dagger from his thigh, tossing it back on the ground. The wound oozes blood. If it continues like that, Naruto will pass out eventually. He pulls some wires from his ninja satchel and ties Yotsu to a tree nearby. Yotsu screams and curses Naruto, but he cannot move. Naruto uses some bandages to tie his leg wound. He turns to get Hinata and take her back to Sakura. When Naruto looks at the unconscious Hinata, a hooded figure stands on top of her, his foot stepping on her chest. The figure holds the 6 daggers that were pierced in Aki's body. Naruto got distracted tying the boy and treating his wound. He didn't see the figure approaching. Show yourself! Naruto says, pulling a kunai. Hello, Naruto, Kabuto says, lowering his hood. You! Step away from her, Kabuto. I'm warning you. Remember what happened last time. And why should I do that? You know how much trouble this girl gave me? Kabuto says, putting one of the daggers close to Hinata's neck. Who would have thought this wimp of a girl would become a Root Ambu member, though? No wonder she was so strong when we fought. Step away from her, Naruto says, limping towards Kabuto. I wouldn't come any closer if I were you. Kabuto touches the dagger on Hinata's neck, drawing a single drop of blood. Besides, you are in no shape to fight me at all. What do you want? To taunt me as you always do? No, I have to say, Naruto, I was wrong about you. You have actually gotten pretty strong. You've taken out Akatsuki members and also really helped me getting these daggers. I will let this girl live as a token of my appreciation. And also, Kabuto tosses a book on the ground close to Naruto. The book lands open on a page showing a picture of Kisame. Use that to kill more Akatsuki members for me, would you? Kabuto jumps away, disappearing from the scene. Naruto picks up the book, and skimming through its contents, he realizes it contains a lot of information about the Akatsuki and its members. I am putting this scene here of Kabuto giving Naruto the book instead of in the Itachi Pursuit arc, by the way. A few minutes later, Kakashi arrives carrying Sakura, unconscious. The Uzumakis follow suit, a couple of them carrying Neji. Are they alright, Kakashi-sensei? Yes, they'll live, Kakashi says, looking at Hinata. Can you brief me on what happened here? Everything. Yes. Naruto then proceeds to tell Kakashi everything that happened in the fight. Off in the distance, a plant-like being emerges amidst the ruins of the Uzumaki city. So they managed to kill Saxonin, White Zetsu says. Yes, I thought they would. Though the Nine-Tails brat almost died in the process, Black Zetsu says. Wasn't this dangerous? If he had died, our plans would have been set back years. No,
not in this case. If Sakura had taken over the Nine Tails, he would have killed Naruto, but the chakra of the Nine Tails would still remain intact. Altered, but intact. It would have become more powerful, and it could have helped us retain even more power within the Geromazo. Though it would have been more difficult to fight against it and capture it. Alas, Sakura was unable to defeat the leaf.
Is that why you pierced those daggers on that woman? To try to empower the Nine Tails?
Yes. And I was also testing a hypothesis which proved itself false.
Should we go after Kabuto? He got the daggers, you know.
No, there's no need. They are a powerful sealing implement, but Sakura is dead. Once the hostess died, his chakra withered away in a split second.
Zetsu hears a strange sound coming from nearby. A hooded figure wearing an Akatsuki robe appears, carrying Konan's body. The fifth Hokage really is a gambler, sending the Jinchuriki here. It appears you were right, Black Zetsu, the figure says, tossing Konan on the ground.
Is she dead?
No. Somehow she managed to survive.
Wow, she got really lucky. No, she got really unlucky. Konan would have never lost to those girls under normal circumstances.
It doesn't matter. I will use this incident to ignite their will even further. Perhaps we'll be able to convince Nagato to use the Rinne Tensei on his own volition.
I find that unlikely.
Say, why don't we just go and capture the Nine Tails now? They're all weak, and we could even get Kakashi's left eye as a bonus. No, there's no point. The Nine Tails has to be sealed after all other tail beasts, otherwise the Geromazo would destabilize. Besides, we should leave the Lift Village alone until I get rid of that thorn in my side. I wonder if we wait too long to capture that Naruto, he'll get too strong for us to do so. Don't be silly. The boy will be captured in due time. The power of the Rinnegan will be too much for him to bear. Saksonen also served to weaken the Nine Tails' sealing even further. Once we get the boy, the extraction should be easy.
As easy as it can be when it comes to the Reaper Death Seal.
Yes. The Hokage's foolishness will work in our favor. You must order Deidara to capture the Seven Tails. Kakazu died before he could do so. I'm sure Deidara will be excited by that, though he doesn't seem to like his new partner. Hopefully he'll realize Toby is a good boy.
That remains to be seen.
I wonder if any of the Leaf Ninjas will get the chakra disease. If it killed Hashirama Senju, I don't see these guys faring any better. Sometimes I forget how young you are. What do you mean? Hashirama didn't die of a chakra disease. Such a thing doesn't even exist. I see, Kakashi says after hearing Naruto's entire report. You gave everything you had, Naruto. There's nothing more you could have done. Now we can check this book and see if we get any information.
But I could have done more, Sensei. If I was stronger, I would have saved her.
It's pointless to linger on ifs and buts. We'll rest for a day here. Once Sakura wakes up, she's gonna heal us all and we're gonna go back to the village, Kakashi says, tying Hinata up with chains provided by the Uzumakis and placing an explosive tag on the back of her head.
Is that really necessary, Kakashi-sensei?
Yes. Remember, everything you knew about Hinata no longer applies. She's a different person now, Naruto. She also tried to kill me, by the way. I have a suspicion as to why, so if she tries anything on our trip back, I'll have to detonate that paper bomb. Naruto doesn't like that, but he understands.
What about you guys?
Naruto says, looking at Mr. Kajinori.
You can come to the Lift Village. Live a better life there. We can't leave this place. This is the home of the Uzumaki clan, and it will always be.
Mr. Kajinori says, smiling.
I know the boy doesn't understand, but you are a great person. A great Uzumaki, Naruto. You tried everything to save his mother, and you saved us all, if that's any consolation. Thank you for protecting our clan. I want you to have this.
Mr. Kajinori hands Naruto a scroll.
It's a family heirloom. This scroll contains a jutsu mastered by the warriors of our clan. You're a shinobi. It will be more useful with you than with us. I promise all of you, when I become the Hokage, I will re-establish the Land of Whirlpools, and the Uzumaki clan will flourish again.
Mr. Kajinori smiles and nods.
I hate you!
I hope you and everyone in your village die! Yotsu shouts.
A wise man once told me that where the tree leaves dance, one shall find flames. The fire's shadow will illuminate the village, and once again the tree leaves shall but anew. Don't lose hope, Yotsu,
Naruto says, as a leaf lands on Yotsu's cheek. Watch part 30 of the rewrite right here. Follow me on Twitter for more updates about the rewrites and subscribe if you haven't already. Also like this video to help me out with a like. Comment down below what you thought about this episode and this arc. Thank you so much for watching.